Remember me, friends, I may kill you. Here I go. Cool.
Hey guys, Dave here, JDH Reptiles. Today, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to do a video that's going to tell you the top 5 reasons why you do not want to be a ball python breeder. I could hear the hate right now, but stay tuned to the end. I got something else that I want to give to you guys. But I got a little cheat sheet here. I kind of wrote down 5 things here, and I probably won't use it because that's just not what I do. But I was trying to think of what I wanted to say, and I don't really care about any of this anyways. So, 5 reasons not to be a ball python breeder. Here we go. Alright guys, so my first reason, and this is going to be a fun video for me. The first reason not to be a ball python breeder, social media. I said it, it's so true. If you don't have 2 cents to rub together, and you're not willing to try and adapt and do things that people are going to tell you not to do, you're going to fail. 80% or more of what you hear on social media is wrong. And the 20% that's right, you're not going to listen to anyways. Let's just be honest. That's kind of the way it goes. So, if you can't do it on your own, you know you're not going to make it. So that's my number 1 reason why not to be a ball python breeder, because everybody's going to get on Facebook. Everybody's going to get on Instagram. You need to do a YouTube. You need to be out there. You need to ask questions. You need to learn from others. But you got to learn where some of the information's not right. Some of the information is right. Some of the information works for this person. Some of that information won't work for you. And you have to be able to do it yourself. So, taking bits and pieces of everything you read, everything you've been told, and putting it together to make a working business for yourself, you can't do that, you're not going to make it. So my number 1 reason, social media. Because you're going to go on there, you have to go on there, you have to be active. But if you fall into the trap of listening to people who don't know what they're doing or don't know your situation, you'll fail. Alright, second reason for not being a ball python breeder, genetics. Plain and simple, you can't keep up with them. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody, even the top tier guys, get it right all the time. And you're either going to buy something that is improperly sold. So whether they tell you it's, you know, whatever genetics it is, 3, 4, 5 genes, you're going to breed it and find out it's not all those genes, or it's the wrong genes or whatever. It happens. It happens. And on the flip side of that, when you start producing animals, you're going to get it wrong sometimes. It's just the nature of the beast. There are so many combos out there that really haven't been done that it's almost impossible to know how the interaction works with every animal. But you've got to also learn how to differentiate. That was a hard word to say. Differentiate? Yeah, differentiate how multiple genes may interact together to try and figure out what an animal is and sell it properly, or sell it or buy it as close to what is possible without screwing over your customers, or on the flip side, if you're buying, getting screwed yourself. So a number 2 reason not to become a ball python breeder is genetics. It's tough. And people will tell you it's not. They're lying to you. It's tough. There are a lot of simple combos that are easy to see, and there's enough examples out there where you can figure out what something should look like. But all in all, if you really are pushing the envelope and trying to put together multi-gene animals, 4 gene, 5 genes to 4 gene, 5 gene animals, it's next to impossible to always get it. Actually, it's impossible to always get it right. it's next to impossible to get it right even the majority of the time, in my opinion. Maybe that just says I suck. Ah, baby. But so do you. So number 2, genetics. Number 3, cost. I don't care what anybody tells you. There is an expense to doing this. And I don't care what anybody tells you, but if you're doing this just for money, you're not doing it for the right reasons. Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay? Yes, you have to love doing this because it's 80% work and 20% fun. And what I mean by that is there is a small window of hatching animals. Typically, we hatch roughly 30 clutches within a 4-month window. That means the other 8 months of the year, it's cleaning shit, wiping up piss, cleaning tubs, feeding, and pairing animals. It's not all fun. And the best part about all that is, in that 4 months that you're making animals, you're still cleaning up piss, wiping up shit, getting dirty, buying stuff, pairing animals. It's work. It's a lot of work. It dedicates a lot of time. If you say you could get away with once or twice a week in here, you're not really giving your collection enough time. You're not investing into it enough. And I'm not talking about just financially, I'm talking about yourself. You need to be in your room multiple times a week. You need to be cleaning multiple times a week. You need to be feeding at least once a week. You need to be changing waters. You need to be maintaining temps or whatever you got to do. Checking temps every once in a while. If you're like me and you're in Michigan where it's like, I don't know, 4 degrees right now, you need to make sure humidifier is running. You need to make sure your temperatures are good. All that takes time. So if you don't have time, you don't have the money to do this, you're going to start shortcutting yourself. And when you do that, you not only put your collection at risk, but you put your home at risk. Okay, so the number 3 thing here is financial bearing. This all costs money. Racks cost money. You need to buy good stuff. These all need thermostats. You need to buy good thermostats. And when you buy animals, you need to buy quality animals. And all that is just an investment. So if you can't, or you're not prepared to invest your time, to invest your money, which could be 5 years before you really see any money coming back, it's not going to work for you. So that's my number 3. Number 4. The 4th reason why you shouldn't become a ball python breeder: lack of patience. You don't have patience in what you are doing in life in general, in yourself, in what you're working here. It won't work. Sometimes they don't eat. Sometimes they don't breed. Sometimes you can pair a female a dozen times and you think everything's going well, and you get to 25, 26 millimeters, and then they reabsorb. Oh my gosh, what are you going to do? You got to throw the baby out with the water? That's the idea here. You got to have patience. Some things just don't work out the way you want them to work out the first go, the second go. I've got a female here that last year was her first year giving us a clutch. We've been pairing her for 3 years. She grows follicles. Last year, if I remember right, she got to 26, 27 mils. And then that was it. For some reason, she reabsorbed everything. I have no idea what it was. She was eating. She was doing everything she needed to do. And she just decided she didn't want to do it anymore. So she gave it up. And that was what we were left with. 3 consecutive years in a row of breeding and no clutches. Finally get a clutch out of her, and it was amazing. It was a smaller clutch, and we're playing the game with her again already this year. So patience. This takes time. Your projects are going to take time. You can't buy everything, and even if you do buy everything, what are you going to do with it? You've got to eventually move it into something else or work other stuff into it. And those can take multiple 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 years to get where you really want to take that project. And I find that so many people run out of patience, so they buy more because they're like, well, this project's going to take me 8 years, so I'm going to buy these other 3 projects and I'm going to work those too. Now you've got 3 projects that are going to take you 6-7 years, and every time you add a project, all you're doing is adding more time to your already busy schedule, your already busy waiting period to get the first couple projects going. So you gotta have patience. If you can't have patience, this ain't gonna work for you. There's no simple way to put it. You have to be able to work what you want to work and spend the time growing the animals, pairing the animals, making the hets, putting the hets together a couple of years down the road, making the visuals. You might miss on some visuals, you might miss on the others, then you might hit one, and then you got to take that one and try and make more. And some of these projects literally can take 10 years. And if you don't have that, if you're not going to be invested in that for that long, this ain't going to work for you. That's all there is to it. So number 4 reason why you should not be a ball python breeder: if you don't have patience, it's not going to work for you. And the number 5 reason why you should not be a ball python breeder is because it's addicting. And what I mean by that is you're going to buy your first animal, your first pair, your first trio, and you're going to be happy. You're going to build these clown projects or these hypo clowns, and the number 5 reason why you should not be a ball python breeder is because it's addicting. You're going to end up buying 3, and then you're going to get 5, and then you're only going to have 10, and then you just had to have the next 10, and now you've got 40, and then you're going, shit, what have I done with all these animals? That's kind of what happens if you don't build yourself a platform, a project, a reason, and you work on it. You just buy and buy and buy because, let's be honest, Justin Kobilka, you're going to see it. You're going to want it. You're going to buy it. Why? Why did you buy it? You don't know why you bought it. You just bought it because you had to have it, and for some reason you thought that animal was going to move you into the stratosphere of all the amazing animals out there. Wrong. You're going to take that animal, and then you're going to go, huh, so now what am I going to do with this animal? Because I got to do something different, but I don't have the ability to come up with anything of my own, so I'm going to look at what everybody else is doing, and I'm going to say, I want to do that. And it's just going to become an addiction of needing to buy more to try and facilitate your desire at that moment, unless you go into it with a plan. That's it. You need to be a business owner, plain and simple. If you're going to get into this hobby, if you want to be a ball python breeder, you need to be a business owner. You need to think like a business owner, and you need to realize that all of this is an expense, plain and simple. People always say, I've said it before earlier in this, I'll say it again. People like to say, if you're in it for money, you're going to fail. No, if you're in it and you can't run it like a business, you're going to fail. Even if you love doing all this. Because like I said, you still got to love doing all this. It's a lot of work. But if you run it like you're trying to get rich tomorrow, if you run it like you're going to take that money from that sale and put it in your pocket, you're going to fail. That's all there is to it. This hobby, this business is no different than any other. It's going to have ups and downs. It's going to have highs and lows, and it's going to have expenses, and it's going to have gains. But you need to learn how to run a business first. So if you're not going into this with the mindset of this is a business, all you do is collect them all because you love everything you see. You're not going to look at the big picture of how much money you're throwing away and how much you're getting in, and you're just going to become a collector. So that's it. That's my top 5. I can do another video all about the business side. I could do more about where you should plan and how you should focus on your business to make this work. But you got to join our Patreon because that's what those are for. So thank you. I appreciate it. One thing I did want to add at the end of this video, thank you for staying to the end. From here through the end of the year, I would like for all of you to take a moment, go down into the description. I'm going to post up a different BHB Reptiles video link at the top of my description page. It's going to be different every day. It might be an old video, might be a newer video, could be one that's 2 years old, 5 years old. Click, like, and share a few minutes of your day either watching that video, or you know what, just click on the video and let it run in the background while you do something else. Because for people who, you know, make these videos, if they're getting monetized, obviously your watch time helps with that monetization. Your likes help. We all know what just happened with Brian Barczyks. I know his family would love it. It would help support the legacy and everything else that they had going on. So just take a moment, click down in the descriptions. There'll be a Brian Barczyks video of the day. Click on that link. And like I said, even if you don't watch it, just let it run until it's over with. I'm going to do this through the rest of the year. Every video I post, I'm going to post a different link at the bottom of the description. Sorry, at the top of the description on the bottom of my videos every day. All I ask of you is take an extra couple minutes, go down there, click that link, and just let it run. That's fine. It'll help support them. It'll be your way of helping to add funds to the legacy, because they're going to still collect off all those videos. And it'll help because I know they're going to take that money and they're going to use it the right way to help pay for, you know, the people who work there, for adding animals, for finishing the building, etc. So, thanks guys, I appreciate it. If you have any questions, you want to see me do more videos like this, let me know. If you disagree, hey, you can let me know too. Not that I really will probably care, but I'll reply to your comment. That I definitely will. But you guys take care, appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next video.